No, I can't be with a boss girl or no girl who feel like she can mentally manipulate me. I'm quick at picking up on a girl who thinks that she can manipulate me mentally, and I don't even try to coach them no more. I just get ghosts. I ain't got time for that. You're not smarter than me. You're not slicker than me. So what is you talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some of them, that's just who they are. And that's cool. After that smash, I'm gone.
Skedaddle.
It'll never turn into nothing. I could be with a girl 20 years and it'll never turn into nothing because I know what's up. I'm looking at you. I ain't going to get caught up. Now, every once in a while, somebody fool me and they turn out being just what I thought they was in the beginning, but they talk me into believing that ain't who they are because they put on such a show where you just be like, yeah, okay, all right, I see. I'm not that. Yeah, but I know you are. I know you are. You in your late 40s, you got a little adopted son. How old is he, 6? You hustling.
Why would they be a hustler if they had adopted a son?
How you 40-year-old with a little boy? That's hustle. You are hustling. But your heart all of a sudden decided to just go get a little boy. No, that's hustle. Who are you talking to?
Oh, my.
Who are you talking to?
You know, I'm laughing because I know somebody who did that. That's why I'm laughing.
I think we all do.
Laughing. Like, it seemed as if it was out the kindness of their heart, but to your point, it's a check.
I know. This lady swore up and down I was bogus for even saying that.
Really?
Yeah, but it turns out,
Damn.
just like what I said it was, you're a hustler. You know what I'm saying? She was athletic, too. So that means I know her testosterone level was high. I told her, you a player. She was looking at me like I was crazy. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, you a player. Come on, man. She about my height. And she used to hoop and all like that. I know.
Yeah.
And then one day, because, you know, she always was frustrated because she wanted to take the #1 slot in my life. And I wasn't never stupid. I mean, like, come on now. She couldn't have no kids. Yeah. And that let me know, like, it wasn't because she didn't want to. She couldn't have kids. I was like, God don't like you. You can't have no kids.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Maybe I ain't saying that for all women, but this is her.
Yeah,
I knew her. I was like, because you a player. You an undercover player. Always denied that. And I ain't the type that even check on people, right? But one day I checked on her just because I was bored. I was like, let me see who this is. Because I be around girls. Girls, when I don't never hear their phone ring, I be like.
What's that mean?
That means she doing what I do.
What do you do?
Sometimes I don't feel like talking to people when I'm around other people. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But it ain't all business with her because she ain't had no business like that.
Yeah.
So if her phone ain't ringing, I'm like, why your phone don't never ring when you around me?
She ain't had no business.
That's just stuff I peep out. But,
JD.
All right, Corey, there's guys out here, they're watching the show. They want to know what are the top 5 signs that she's a player or you trying to get somebody trying to hustle you because you know that game.
You know it.
What's
everybody is going to hustle you.
We have a young guy that's here. He's in the background. 5 things that he needs to look out for. Red flags.
Warning signs.
That you dealing with a hustler.
Well, like I said, if they phone don't never ring around you, something is wrong.
Okay.
We guys, we should know that anyway because that's what we do. We cut our phone off when we're around girls because we don't want somebody else to call us.
Turn the ringer down.
That's one thing I can definitely tell you.
Okay.
Get
You
quiet.
know what I'm saying? But see, it's harder for the young guys because see, I feel like when you're young, a lot of times if you're not brought up the right way, you only know mischief and slick stuff. But I'm talking about as you get older, you know what I'm saying? These women, their history is right in front of you. Like, look at their house and their mama and everything. You know everything you need to know about that person. If you're around a woman who ain't got no kid, but then adopted a little boy late in life, you know what I'm saying? Like, you watch them how they treat animals.
Whoa.
She keep the dog outside all day. I'm like, why do you keep this dog? The dog used to be so happy to see me. He was like, hey, man, I've been out here. It's hot out here.
Let's play with
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, why you got this dog? You don't even want this dog. dog was for the little boy, but the little boy, you know how they get tired of the dog and everything. I can't give you like 5 straight up ones in a row, but when I'm around you as a woman, I am watching you. It's like I'm literally scanning everything, you and everything around you.
But
I'm going to know.
Do you think you overanalyze it though?
Never.
Really?
Well, that's not that. Okay, I was wrong. Every once in a while, I'm wrong. Every once in a while, I'm wrong about somebody. But man, God gives you the information you need most of the time if you have common sense. Almost all the stuff you be jammed up in, you saw it coming. Yeah. You just kept doing it.
Yeah.
So I rely on my instincts because that's what fed me.
He comes from the top rope every time. You know why? And you know why he's so consistent? It's because he speaks from his truth, no matter what that is. And so you can always consistently say what's on your mind if that is how you really get down. Because, you know, I have no doubt in my mind that he's really thought out these ideas and really puts them to practice. So, you know, like when he was talking about avoid the boss girls, you know, it's been so popular in the past few years, bossing up, you know, empowerment, you know, that's one thing, but is it a time where that gets in the way of your interaction? Ladies, I'm speaking to ladies, does it get in the interaction of you and your man? You know, when do you put your ambition on the back burner so that you can be fulfilled in other ways? A lot of times, a lot of women take their career, their desire to, you know, be an entrepreneur, their Instagram. You remember that video where all the women were on talking about would they rather have a fulfilling relationship or Instagram, and they chose Instagram 100%. You know, that's, you know, and you substitute Instagram with whatever your vice is, you know, whatever your social media of choice is, because some women it's going to be something else. So don't take that literally, but the point still remains: how do you then prioritize having a man when this is such an important part of women's lives up until this point? So the boss chick mentality and get the bag mentality and this kind of callous nature that's going on, it's gonna be cool for a while. But in the end, I don't think you're gonna be the rich auntie that you think you're gonna be. I don't think you're gonna be living in the lap of luxury and everybody's waiting on your hand and foot, you know, because you sacrifice a family, you sacrifice a husband, and you sacrifice, you know, your best years to achieve those outcomes. And what is it with the manipulation that goes on now? You know, like, I don't feel like we have a lot of honest women who are plainly dealing. You know, there's a lot of like encouraging women to date multiple men. Like, you know, I just think that really leads to a lot of confusion, because you're constantly in a state of better dealing. You're constantly in a state of, oh, this guy doesn't have this, but this guy does. And you're constantly trying to upgrade until you can't get what you want. Or you're compromising yourself to get with a guy that's probably above your station, you know, a guy that treats you in a way that, you know, is disrespectful, and you putting up with it because you want a certain lifestyle or you want a certain status, clout, you know, from being with this person. So yeah, it's a real slippery slope for women and their dealings.
Quick at picking up on a girl who thinks that she can manipulate me mentally, and I don't even try to coach him no more. I just get ghosts.
Yep. And fellas, the best thing you can do is to avoid at all costs. Get out of the situation. When you start to see that a woman is manipulating you, your option is to walk away. In fact, that's your option in most situations, is to take your ball and go home. You know what I mean? And people might say, oh, well, you're quitting if you do that. You're this, you're that. Nah, don't allow yourself the chance to be twisted into another position, to be twisted into a pretzel, to conform to somebody else's desires when they simply don't respect they don't respect you now. Let's just say that. Because it's always the Mike Jones theory. You know, back then they didn't want me, now hot, they all on me. So back then they didn't want him. So they treated him any kind of way. Now he's hot, they all on him. So, you know, you have to keep your self-respect when you're dealing with these modern women, right? Because they'll walk over you, they'll run over you. In fact, you know, we've seen some tough guys, some guys that really shouldn't be dealing with things that they're dealing with get run over. I mean, say what you want to say about Diddy, but, you know, he made himself clear with Young Miami in that situation. And, you know, I don't agree to paying her hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, you know, but if you're going to have a baby with your side chick, your Asian side chick, she got to ride with it. And that's the way it's going to be. And a lot of women think they're smarter than the men they're dealing with. I think there's a disrespect level that comes in when women deal with men. They just assume are dumber than them. They assume that the man doesn't have enough sense to realize what's going on, to realize that he's being played. Sometimes when women are with other men, sometimes they'll take on their persona. You know how, you know, some people you just don't get along with. Some people, you know how they are, and you can deal with them. But then they just shift their personality. And so when a woman has another man in her presence, they tend to take on some personality traits of that man. And so you can notice the difference. You can feel the difference. I felt the difference. And so, you know, I just said, hey, you know, just be honest with me. Let me know what your situation is or whatever. She chose not to be. So, you know, I took my ball and I left, you know, because there's way more women out there. That's one thing I don't think people understand. The numbers are skewed in our favor. You wouldn't know that if you looked at how women respond to men expressing their opinions. Anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Faucette Media.